Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Farming Simulator. Just turned over a new day here and I sped up time here to get some daylight. So it is November 4th. I think this is the last day of the month. Between episodes, I have been doing a lot of work on our industries and on our farms and our fields. Let's get started. We'll go get cows, as we normally do, get an animal of some type. And we've got our new trailer now to do that. Let's wait for this guy to unhook. Are you unhooking? There we go. Unhook. For some reason, I didn't have the trailer selected. All right, let's go find the animal trailer and head over to get a load of cattle. Little baby cows. Yeah, between episodes, I've done quite a bit. I think last episode I mentioned that the mammoth mill needed iron. That has been pretty much taken care of. I filled it up. I brought in a lot of oxygen and hydrogen over to our big water tank there right in the distance. Lots more trips of that. And I think what we're going to do is get a bigger tanker. Our tanker trailer holds 40,000 liters. And I think we can upgrade that to 100,000 liters. I was trying to stay as realistic as I could, but we have so much hydrogen and oxygen byproduct that we're going to have to kind of dispense with even after we save up 10 million liters of each. We're still going to have a ton of excess hydrogen and oxygen to get rid of. So it's going to be a lot of trips. And if we don't get that out of the refinery, it's going to block our production of plastic. It's going to block the production of dye, which we need a ton of. And dye is pretty much a product it's a byproduct, but we only get a little bit per batch of plastic that's produced or per batch of diesel that's produced. And alongside of the little tiny bit of dye that we get a ton of hydrogen and oxygen. And if that clogs up the refinery, we need to, then all the production stops. So we could set it on auto sell. That's like the obvious, easiest choice. I'm going to try to just get a tanker that's got 100,000 liters and then try to still truck it manually. We'll see. I'm trying to avoid using auto sell just because it's going to take out some of the fun, take out some of the challenge. But if it gets really bad, then I'll probably do that. All right, let's get some animals. Am I not on the trigger? There we go. We want Angus. We want as many as we can get. 12 for this trailer. And I think what we'll do one trip per episode, but we'll do like 2 cows, then a sheep, 2 cows, then a sheep. And eventually we'll incorporate chickens and pigs into that rotation once we harvest our grain field. I'll have to check on the field status here in a little bit since we've turned over a new day. I'm curious to see if our clover field has kind of self-replanted or not. My understanding is that it does, but I haven't seen it happen yet, so I'm a little nervous we may need to replant. I'm hoping we don't, because that would save a lot of time and save a lot of money actually in seeds and worker costs, all that. So we'll take a look at that. We could even try and do it while we're driving here. Let's get to where even if we drift a little, it's not going to be a problem. Take a look at the field. Bounce that over to growth. Yeah, no, it just says harvested. I'll give it one more day. This is our clover field 21. We'll give it one more day, and then yeah, if it doesn't show as, kind of in a growth stage, then I guess we'll have to kind of replant that on our own. Between episodes, I hauled a lot of clover over to our apiary over here on the left. We only own one. It's the last one here on the left. That is producing honey. In fact, there's a bunch of honey right there for us to pick up and deliver. I think I delivered some of that honey. Can't remember where I took it. Oh, I took it to the nut house, right? We need it for the mixed nuts. So I haven't delivered a load of that. Also, in between episodes, very cool. Remember, I think last episode I was talking about or complaining about the auto load, universal auto load, and the pallets not really stacking on the trailers very well. I got a new trailer, a new kind of soft-sided curtain trailer. And man, it's a different auto load, and it stacks 50 pallets in the trailer. That's awesome. We've been getting like 18 on the other one. for some of the products. So that will be a huge boost to our shipping productivity. All right, let's drop these cows off. I'm going to back up and then open the barn doors here in a second. It's probably too tight of a turn. That's reasonable. I mean, we could take a look and see how our cows are doing as well. It's been a while since I've looked. All right, here come, what is this? 12 more? Boom. Okay, that's done. Does this trailer do, I don't think this does any kind of animation, as far as I can tell. Park this where we usually do. And wait till next episode. We're getting real close to being able to do dairy cows too. We will need to clear out the trees straight ahead, because I'm thinking that's where I want to put another cow shed and just have it be dairy cows. Feed that one TMR and keep feeding this cow shed hay only, since we can get 100% productivity for the kind of beef cows, I guess. Let's see. Let's pay off a little bit of debt. As we usually do, we're at 6,880. Now we're at 6,860. And then let's look at animals real quick. See where things are at. These are the oldest ones. They're still only 11% through puberty, so it's going to be a while before we get these guys reproducing. It'll be cool once we do, and the way we have it staggered, we should see more and more getting reproduced, and eventually we won't have to make trips to the dealer at all. That will be cool, but what does this look like? 108, what is that, 126? 138 so far on the cows, and then 78 plus 51 is what, 100 and... I don't know, 29, something like that. Something like that. But yeah, it's moving along. These guys they're moving along a little bit faster as far as getting to puberty. We've got 39 that are now at 25%, few that are 39 that are 12, and 51 that are just getting started. Not too bad. We're getting a little tiny bit of slurry being produced and a little bit of manure, not enough to really do anything with. Let's see what's next. We have 190,000. I want to, I think, go raise some cash. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up to our other trailer and go fetch the curtain trailer, and let's sell some stuff. We've got things to sell, I'm sure. And then what I want to do is buy the 2 greenhouses up here. Could leave this trailer here. I'll bring it with us. I think I'll bring it with us. What are we going to do? We're going to go... Yeah, I'll just bring this with us. We'll go fetch it. I'm not sure where the best place is for this trailer, but I know our pallet trailer is down by the forestry area. So let's head down there. I haven't done too much forestry. I did take down a line of trees between fields 28 and 25. You can see down there. Between what is our wheat field and our new barley field. 25's got barley on it. All the fields are fully ready, I believe. So all of the sugar beet on field 45 off to the right there of center, that's all been harvested. A bunch has been brought up to our farm silo, and even more has been brought over to the sugar mill to be turned into sugar. What else? Yeah, we just saw the clover fields not turning over yet, or it's not replanting itself. I think everything's done. Barley, I believe, has been rolled. We can double check that. But I think we have 4 fields right now. I don't think there's anything for us to do yet. I think it's going to be a little while before our wheat field is actually ready. It'll be interesting to see what the winter brings. I do have the snow turned on. I'm not sure if that's going to complicate harvesting and all that. I have no idea. I have not yet played in the snow. Also, between episodes, I mined up a lot of sand. filled up the mammoth mill with sand for our glass jars. In fact, that'll be the first thing that we go get. This is our new trailer. Oh man, is this thing awesome. It really stores a bunch of pallets, 50 every time, every product so far that I've tried. It's over to Mammoth Mill. Can open up the side here. Oh, there's another cool feature of this too. I don't think we had this last episode. Pretty sure we didn't. But if I park right here, and let's see, enable auto load, boom, then I hop out. I do glass jars. Let's grab them. I'm sure we have a ton. Got a lot of drill pipe too. There's jars over 500,000 liters. So let's do 50 pallets. There is one little bug with this trailer. We may see it right now. But I'm going to spawn 50 pallets. Check it out. They just load right up. I don't have to drive back and forth and keep hitting Shift R. Look at that. That is awesome. That's a huge time saver, especially for a challenge like this where we have so much product to produce and sell. And then you can see in the kind of the pop-up on the left side of the screen at the bottom, it says Euro pallets 50 out of 50. So it shows you how many you have in there. That's pretty sweet. Let's check the prices. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the hardware store. Seems like it always is. Glass jars are a bit further down. Thought they were right here with the Mammoth Mill stuff. That's not Mammoth. Well, there's some Mammoth Mill stuff. Let's see. Well, I was just getting ready to pat myself on the back for being able to get to those quickly. Must have gone right by them. They were in here, or are they a little bit higher up? There they are, right in front of me. 521 bucks per 1,000 liters over at the hardware store. That's actually a pretty good price, even though it shows it's going down. Let's go take a load over there and get that out of the way. Looks like our truck needs a little maintenance. Some of that might be the trailer as well. This new truck. Did we talk about the new truck? I think we did. Yeah, this new truck takes us up to 83 miles per hour. It's fairly slow to accelerate, but on a long run, it does save a bunch of time. I can show you which one this is in the store. This is right off of the Farming Simulator Mod Hub. Take a look at that as when we're unloading these jars. So we're at 190,000, almost 191,000 right now in the bank. Gonna raise some cash. And then, like I said, I want to buy the last two greenhouses. I think the greenhouses are going to be the easiest way for us to quickly make cash. Quickly in quotes, mean kind of quickly. I think for our strategy of trying to save up 10 million liters, those greenhouses produce the most in the shortest period of time. So we can sell off a lot of that product and not worry about, not having enough time to still save up 10 million liters. Whereas the fields are pretty slow. And then we have those products like that. Like I mentioned, the dye, that's going to be a problem. That is really super duper 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 slow. All right, we're starting to sell. We were at, what did I say, 190 or something? Let's let me show you where I bought this truck, just in case you're interested. It is this one, this TLX Phoenix. And there's a few different editions. I think this one is the CMS edition, maybe? The one that I have? We can look in the garage, right? Well, let's say, yeah, TLX Phoenix or PHX T9 525 CMS. TLX Phoenix Series mod. So if you want to check out that mod. While we're here, let's look at the store. We got a telehandler. Tiny tractor. It's been there for a while. Tempted to buy this header. Half off. Would save 35,000. The header that we have now is 45 feet. So I don't know. I guess we'll wait. So let's see. Let's open the trail. Yeah, we still need to move around here to trigger sales, it looks like. Pull forward. There's all our glass jars. This is our cash crop. And then we'll sell some stuff out of the greenhouses and maybe deliver somewhere it's needed. Basically, like the nuts need to go to the nut house. And then I did take a load of strawberries over to the bakery. We still don't have milk and yeast and butter and all the stuff that we need to actually make products. But I have been starting to fill up the bakery with other things. Put fuel in there, put flour in there. Sugar now. I was able to deliver some sugar. All right, so a little more than 76,000. Yeah, about 100,000, right? 104,000, something like that for that load. Let's look at productions. Let's see where we're at. A Mammoth Mill. Tons of coal. There's actually room for coal. I had topped off this ore, but we're chewing through it. Decent amount of plastic to make sacks, and then sand is the latest thing I was loading up. A little room for more sand. We might do one of these things this episode. We'll see. Planks. Those could be taken over to the old man's mill. Drill pipe. We could take that out to the oil rig. The oil rig has a decent amount of drill pipe, but yeah, we can make a couple trips. We'll do that. How many more jars do we need to sell? We have enough to sell. Let's do it. Steel. Don't know. I kind of want to stop selling things out of the Mammoth Mill that require steel, because it involves a lot of mining to mine the iron and mine the coal for that. It's not the end of the world if we still sell it, but man, it'd be nice if we could shift to just relying on greenhouse type stuff. So let's sell some jars, and then we'll sell the rest of the jars. We'll deliver some drill pipe over to the oil rig. And then while we're over at the oil rig, right across the way, we might be able to pick up some pallets of plastic, since we're going to take this pallet truck out that way. But first, let's do jars, drill pipe, and then we'll head back to the main farm, buy those greenhouses, and get those filled up with some compost, herbicide, and water. And then maybe when we start doing the water, we'll go get the better tanker truck. Let's see if I can cut through here. Kind of missed my entrance. Oh man, this could be not smart. We did it. We got through, I think. Yeah, not bad for the drill pipe at all. Other thing I'm thinking of buying, not sure we're going to have the cash for it. Boy, there's just a ton to buy. But I'd like to buy storage for pallets. So, for example, if we didn't want to sell that steel and we want to start saving it up for the 10 million liter objective, we have a place to kind of put it. And I did download a pallet storage mod. By default, it stores, I think, 8 million liters, and I tweaked it to hold 20 million. Just went into the XML, so we'll see if that actually works, my little tweak. Let's make sure auto load is on, and then we'll take whatever is left here for 50 pallets. In fact, we may need to do one more load of these. Yeah, we're going to have some extra left over. I guess we could maybe sell a little bit of steel. We'll maybe do one more load of glass jars and then just top it off with whatever room is left with the steel. So we'll do 2 trips back to the hardware store. Off we go. All right, that's awesome. So a whole bunch of jars and a little bit of steel brought us in about 300 grand, I think, right? So we're at $500,000 just about. Let's go deliver some drill pipe over to the refinery, and then we'll bring plastic back on the trip back. It's gonna take, what is it gonna take? About 3 trips probably out there. We'll get that thing loaded up. Let's see if I can bring that up. Yeah, this guy, yeah, he can take a ton, up to 2 million drill pipe. So we'll take full loads, and then we'll just see how many trips that is. I think it's going to be 2 trips, but yeah, that auto load, that auto load is fantastic. I really like that. Man, is that a time saver. Cool, cool. All right, we're off to the drill rig. It's going to be 2 trips. 2 trips out, 2 trips back. Here we go. All right, let's grab some plastic pallets for the trip back. Let me hit auto load here first. Make sure we have that set. That way they should load up. Spawned 1 extra. That's like the little bug I mentioned. I think this will show it has 50. Yeah, see how it says 50 out of 50? I think it may not actually. Let's see. Does it show an empty spot? Yeah. So the count is actually off and it didn't load that last pallet. So it's not 100% bug free. There is a little wrinkle there, and I've seen this happen before. But we can just toss this in. Let me get my little superhuman strength. Might just... I'll just pop it up top here. It's easier to manually put pallets in here too. The other auto load trailer would just kind of remove it from your hand as soon as you got anywhere near where you wanted to place it, which made things kind of hard. But this one, even if it fails or you want to throw more extra pallets in there on the top row, you could do it by hand and it's pretty easy. Obviously, you could also use a forklift. We're doing plenty of that over by the mammoth mill. I do a lot of that off camera, but I do use the forklift quite a bit there. Everywhere else, though, we're probably going to use this, use the auto load here just to make it easier and faster. We have so many pallets to move, especially this plastic. We're going to make sacks out of this, and then sacks are used for charcoal. They're used for bags of ice. So there's just a lot of pallets we're going to be moving. A lot of everything, really. Whoa. All right, we'll get these back to the mammoth mill, and then we'll bring another trip of drill pipe out here and then do the same. Take 1 more load of plastic back, and I think we'll be done with that for now. We'll wait and only take full loads. There's more drill pipe to take, but I only want to bring a full load if we're going to do it. All right, that's it for that work. Let's go grab our tanker and we'll go back to the main farm, purchase those greenhouses. With the older tanker, with the tanker that we have, 40,000 liters, we'll buy herbicide and load up the 2 new greenhouses with herbicide. Then I want to try and take that tanker to our kind of maintenance station and see if I can upgrade it to 100,000 liters. If not, we'll take it to the vehicle dealer and trade it in for higher capacity. Then we can load water into the greenhouses. But we'll use this to do the herbicide, since 40,000 liters should be plenty for a good long time in those. And then eventually I'm hoping we'll be able to make our own herbicide. I think we might need potatoes for that. So that's kind of one of the things that's holding us back. There is a fertilizer building over at the main farm we can buy. Not that expensive, but I do believe, like I said, I believe it's potatoes are one of the ingredients for the herbicide. It could be wrong, but it's not super expensive to buy the herbicide. So we'll do that to start. Let's head on up. All right, so here's the greenhouses. Let's take a look at production real quick. And we'll take a look at our kind of greenhouse situation. Could look at everything. Let's just do a quick skim. Sawmill has room for 50,000 more wood. Apiary is doing okay. We could bring over more crates. Wax is starting to accumulate. We don't have a use for that yet. Bakery, I mentioned I've been bringing sugar over. 500,000 liters of sugar have been brought over. Diesel's loaded. I started bringing strawberries too. And then this water's been in there for a long time. Carpentry mill has crates for us, so we may take a load of those over to the apiary. Plenty of nails. We could put some more in. 250,000 more nails. Lots of pallets. May want to take some of those over to the grain mill, actually, and the bakery. We just don't want that to max out and stop production. We want to keep production moving. Compost, I threw some clover in here and I threw some hay in here between episodes. We have 1 million compost just waiting. Banana chips, not enough to really do anything with. Here's the grain house. I put diesel in here and we had some oats already in here. Those are processing and we've got almost 300,000 liters of flour. Okay, greenhouse 1 and greenhouse 3 are the greenhouses we have. So we need 2 and 4. These guys, oh man, I thought they would have more. I thought these would have 200,000 liters by now. They don't, so maybe I won't sell this. I'm thinking of not selling things until we have a full truckload. And a full truckload is 200,000 liters. Boy, I thought for sure when we turned the day over, these would kick up that high. It's not. That's all right. Mammoth Mill, we do have nails maxed out. I'd like to get those distributed or into storage so that the production can continue. And then we do have a bunch of sacks we could probably take over to the refinery. We don't have a way to use the sacks just yet. Let's take a look. Nut house, plenty of nuts. All loaded in. A little bit of honey. We have honey to pick up and deliver. We could bring honey over. Lots of salt, plenty of coal. Doesn't use much coal, only 5 per cycle. And crates look good. Not much mixed nuts, nothing worth doing to that yet. More than 500,000 drill pipe. Lots of coal. I have a bunch of coal in the rail station near our ore mines that we can train over to the area where the oil well is and then kind of truck it from that train station. So there's a bunch of coal just waiting to be delivered basically to the oil rig. It's not urgent. It goes really slow, burns through it pretty slow. Walkers and wheelchairs, yeah, not quite a full truckload yet, 181,000. We may sell these. I'd love not to. I'd love to just focus on selling produce. Orchards, same kind of thing. Not much going on here. Not enough to sell. Want to wait till those get to 200,000 liters. Refinery. Yeah, it's backed up. See this hydrogen? and this oxygen, I think, are going to keep backing up, and then it's going to block our production. Like, we need a lot of this dye. We only have 103,000. We need 10 million plus all the dye we need for clothing, plus all the dye we need for crayons. That's assuming we decide not to sell any crayons or clothing. So yeah, we're going to get the bigger tanker. What else? That's it. So 2 and 4. Yeah, I brought over 500,000 liters of hydrogen and oxygen over to our waterworks building. And I think I need to get these up to, we have 2 million water now. I think if I get these up to 800,000, then that will satisfy generating 10 million liters of water from hydrogen and oxygen, right? We're mostly using water out of our, the free water trigger we have on our farm, but trying to generate 10 million liters of water for storage only, using the hydrogen and the oxygen. That's what that's all about. So let's buy 2 and 4. This one is 4, right? Buy greenhouse 4 for 90,000. Yep. We'll do it. And then, can we see? We'll see what these produce in a minute. This one we own. That must be 3. And then here's 2. Let's get this purchased. And let's take a look and just see what products these make for us. Orchard 2. Now orchard, sorry. Greenhouse. Okay, these are in a strange order. 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay, 4 is new. We got coffee, spinach, mustard, oregano, pineapple, Italian seasoning. Oh man, I use Italian seasoning all the time. And black pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new products there. Awesome. And then greenhouse 2 gets us not as many, 6 products: lettuce, peppers, garlic, parsley, green beans, and chili pepper. Chili pepper. Making me hungry. All right, let's start with the herbicide. Into 2 and 4. I'll have to remember. Yeah, I guess there starts with 4, right? Yeah, greenhouse 4. All right. So let's do it. We'll do 2 loads of herbicide, then we'll see if we can upgrade this tanker to 100,000 liters. Just because we have so much hydrogen and oxygen to haul over from the refinery. I mean, tens of millions of liters are going to need to be hauled. So we'll see if I can do that with a truck, or if we're going to have to automate that somehow. We can pick up our herbicide right here. We're going to have to pay for it. I'm going to go for a full tank. I think this is going to come around 25, 35,000, something like that, per load. Oh, 15,000. Not bad. Better than I thought. Much better than I thought. All right, that's the last load of herbicide. While that's unloading, let's look at our inventory for a bit and just show you where we're at. Oats, might use those for horses. Canola, we've had that forever. Soybeans, we just harvested that. Not sure what to do with that. Maybe pig food. There's our sugar beet. We got 1.1 million. The entire harvest brought us between 2.5 and 3 million liters of sugar beet. A lot of that has already been processed and put into the sugar mill. I used our little Beet Ninja trailer to cut up 600,000 liters and put that into storage as well. And this storage is mixed between the silo that's out in the field and our farm silo. So there's a little bit of each of these in both places. We'll bring the 10 million liters up to the main farm. But we got a lot of beet off of that harvest, which is awesome. So we'll keep processing most of this through the sugar mill. I'm not worried about storing up 10 million liters so much, but we'll see. Grass, we've got 700,000 liters in various silos. We'll use this for our sheep, obviously, and then some probably for silage. Tons of hay. Our clover field, when we process the grass swath that came off of the clover field, we got like 3 million liters of hay, or 2.5 to 3 million liters of hay. So that was amazing. I put some of this into compost production, so we'd have enough for these new greenhouses that we just bought. 648,000 straw. We should get more once our wheat field's ready. Diesel. I do have one fuel tank sitting out by the a brand new fuel tank sitting out by the sugar beet field, so we can refuel our vehicles. We'll put more of those tanks out. We'll do that on camera hopefully later. Newer slurry, not much to talk about there. Sawdust, I brought one load ages ago. I think that's about it for storage. Or no, here's our ores, obviously. This is the biggest thing we've been focused on so far. Coal is done. We have 10 million liters stored up. So we'll have to still supply it to businesses, but we no longer need to save up 10 million liters. Sand, I spent a lot of time mining sand between episodes. We're up to 6.6 million liters saved. Once we get to 10 million liters, we won't need to save up anymore. Salt, we just barely scratched the surface on that. And then ore, or iron ore, I call it, we're at almost 5.7 million liters. So that's more than halfway too. We have a lot more. On the mining front, we have gravel, silt, clay, copper, limestone. There's a bunch. Limestone, I'm not sure how we get limestone. If that comes from this washing plant, there's like a stone washing plant. And then clover, we still have close to 1 million liters left. I've loaded a bunch into our apiary. If we look on the apiary, wherever that is, here we go. Yeah, we've got 600,000 loaded into the apiary. So we're doing good on clover. We'll prioritize production and keep this going. And then we'll just save up. I don't want to sell clover. I think I did actually sell a couple loads of clover because we got 2.5 to 3 million liters of that just from one harvest. So yeah, that's it for supplies. Let's go now. We'll repair this trailer. And we'll see if we can upgrade its capacity from 40,000 to 100,000 liters over at our little local service station. If we can't, we'll drive it down to the dealer. And then once we have the upgraded trailer, we can take water into those new greenhouses. This has great demand at the supermarket. Now, I remember how that worked in Farm Sim 17, but I'll have to look it up. I can't figure out how to tell what the great demand is for. Like if I look at these sell points, how do I know what's the great market? What's the great demand? I thought it used to be on the map too, right? I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I thought it used to blink and you'd click and it'd say, oh, we want wheat at the market. We're paying a premium, but I have no idea what it is. I'll have to look that up. Talking about the little notification message that just showed up underneath our bank balance in the top right of the screen. It's gone now. So yeah, we'll head over to our little local service area here and definitely repair the truck. Okay, first we'll repair it. I'm going to repair this so I don't forget. And let's see if we can customize this and upgrade its capacity. We'll set up warnings. I'm not seeing it. There it is, capacity. Boom. Doesn't cost us anything. It's kind of a cheat, right? But there's just no way for me to do it with 40,000 liters. Too many trips for that oxygen and hydrogen. So I'm going to customize that. Boom. Yeah, and it actually, I think it disconnects when we do that, doesn't it? It does, so I'll reconnect up. Let's get out of here. And then we'll take some water to the greenhouses. Get those kicked off. So much to do, but man, we are making pretty good progress. Pretty good progress. These greenhouses are just going to accelerate that even more. Again, for water, I've been using the free water trigger, not the waterworks water tower there in the distance. Let's reload. This fills up pretty darn quick. Doesn't empty out quite as quick, but it loads quick. Truck's a little slow to accelerate. I kind of like it. Feels realistic to me. That's kind of fun. Yeah, that extra capacity is going to save a lot of time. A lot of time between episodes, because I do a lot of hauling between episodes. Alright, this one's greenhouse 4. Let's get some water in here. Ooh, that's a heavy load. Yep, there's the water going in. We've got the herbicide. Still need to get compost in here. And then that'll kick off the production. We'll do that next. While we're here, I'm going to hop out and power wash our truck. When we were driving first person, we saw the windows pretty dirty. You can see the dirt caked on here. Let's keep it clean here. The trailer looks like it's not too bad. Has some paint wear. You can kind of see it chipping, chrome chipping off. Some paint wear there as well. Wish I could turn that off. I don't like it. All right. Let's just take a look in the cab. Yeah, the windows are nice and clean now. Not bad. All right, that's enough water to get us started. I can deliver more in between episodes, or we can get some trips maybe next episode. That's enough to get us started. We need to go get our other trailer so we can load compost up. And then our greenhouses can start growing. Growing cash for us. That's basically what that's going to be. What was that? 7 and 6? Something like 13 new products. So I guess technically that's 13 new production lines. I'll have to count them all up one of these days. We have quite a lot going on right now in parallel. Definitely want more fields too, but we have some more things to buy. I think next episode we'll look at buying pallet storage and liquid storage. Then I can start saving off some of that hydrogen and oxygen. It's in-game, it's kind of handled as a liquid. Haul it in a tanker and we can store it in liquid storage. I mentioned I downloaded a pallet storage mod just off of the Farming Simulator official mod hub with a default capacity of 8 million liters. I tweaked that to 20 million. We'll see if it works. We only need 10 million, but I figured I'd leave a little headroom there. And then I downloaded, or I already have a liquid storage mod that we can try. We'll look at that next episode. And then I should mention the log storage there in the distance, right behind our logging trailer there. I actually tweaked that mod. It only held 1 million by default. And again, that's another mod right off the Farm Sim mod hub to store logs. I tweaked that to 5 million. So we should only need 2 of those to store 10 million liters of logs. I did leave our heating plant there for now in case we do get a surplus of logs. I've been cutting down some trees, some of these generic trees that are all the same in a row. You can see like all around the sawmill, it's been pretty much cleared out of trees. If we ever get extra trees, we'll have the heating plant there where we can just sell them off and at least get some cash for them and basically get rid of them. Okay, let's go get some compost. We'll get a couple loads. Kind of happy with this truck's capacity. It's, what is it, 57,400 liters or something. I'm okay with that. I could easily, get a mod that holds 2 million liters or 250,000 liters. But I'm going to try and keep it realistic. Try and have a fair bit of challenge here. That's the whole goal of picking a 16 times map and 280 plus products to produce is for the challenge. So I don't want to kind of shortcut the enjoyment by cheating too much. But yeah, let's go get compost. We saw there's 1,000,000 liters sitting in our composter. We may make a couple trips for each greenhouse to get us started. And then we'll probably call it an episode. This trailer needs some maintenance. You can tell we just maintained the truck. And this is showing on the bottom right that we need maintenance. We also need fuel at some point too. We don't want to buy fuel anymore. We're producing it ourselves. And then I'm going to try and wait to produce more compost until we get the straw harvested off of our wheat field. We'll take a look at that too. Maybe while we're unloading this, we just see what the progress is on that. We're going to have a ton of straw. So we'll try and not use grass, not use clover, not use hay for compost. We'll see. We may have an abundance of grass too. Grass I want to try and use for silage, but we may have a surplus just coming off of that clover field. Let's take a look at the field progress, the growth progress again. Yeah, it's slow. It's slow. That's our wheat field 28. Still got 2 more full growth stages to go. And then 25 is our new barley field. That's just getting started. And then 45 is sugar beets. We just replanted that as sugar beets. That's just getting started. And 21, we're hoping to see that cycle over. I'm going to let it go one more day. But I'm a little nervous. I thought that was supposed to replant itself. It says harvested. I don't see, if I take that off, yeah, there's nothing. It looks like it's just waiting to be handled. Kind of hate to see that because time is of the essence. We have a lot of crops we need to grow. Yeah, everything is fully fertilized, 28, 25, and 45. And it doesn't need rolling, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, nothing to do. No weeding. We plowed, so there shouldn't be any weed issues. Load up. Let's do one more trip, and then I'll show you the fields I've been thinking about. I kind of mentioned these before, or maybe the next potential purchase. Take this load over to greenhouse 4, and then we'll do one more load for 2 and 4 again. So fields to buy. There's field 1, just because it's cheap. And wouldn't make us money. I'm thinking of using this for chaff initially. Just chaff like crazy and just work towards our 10 million liter objective. And then maybe when we're done, we could decide what to do with it. It's got, I believe it has potatoes on it now. We could use it for potatoes, but I don't know. That one, that little plot of land would cost us 480,000. And it also gives us a place to put some productions, right? There's a fair chunk of land here just along the hillside that might be useful for building things. Another field I'm looking at are these 2 down here. They're long and thin, and it just seems to make sense where if we put apiaries down here, the in-game apiaries, and then grew sunflowers and canola, we could start with one field, I guess, and just rotate between the different crops that benefit from apiaries. And those crops, canola, potato, and sunflower all get a little production boost if you have apiaries nearby. So that's an option to get that started and get enhanced production out of that and get honey to boot, some extra honey. That's an option. And then these 2 are an option 42, just because it's close to Mammoth Mill, and we could make that a, poplar field as well. 44 is slated to become poplar. It's not really 44. Let's do this one. 28. Once we harvest that wheat, I want to plant poplar there and feed wood chips into Mammoth Mill. This piece of land here would allow us to do it too. 26 is, whoops, I meant to click farmland there. This field, 41. Now this is not cheap. 2.361 million. This one is appealing because it has a bunch of land down here that comes with it right in front of the river. I'm still hoping that we can do like grapes and olives over here in this land, not use up a field for it, because there's a lot of land here and we have a ton of grapes and olives to plant and harvest. Tons, because I think there's like pickled olives and there's grape juice and raisins, and not to mention the 10 million liters of grapes and olives we want to produce. So there's just, I'd like to get that production started, and I think I can get away without using a real field for that. And there's a fair amount of land here that would make sense or look kind of nice next to the river, I think, having those olive trees and grapevines growing along here. But that's kind of appealing. The other one that's kind of on the periphery I'm interested in maybe is 10, kind of for the same reasons as 33 and 34. And I was thinking maybe this one could be potato, because that benefits from apiaries, and that's a nice thin field, so we can put a lot of apiaries and get a lot of coverage and bonus yield off of that. So those are the fields kind of thinking about. Could change my mind. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you've got suggestions. Eventually we're going to own all the fields. That if we did sunflower and canola, you know, we could use those crops, turn that into oil. Canola oil, and I think, yeah, even the bakery might need some of that. We'll look in here in a second. Let's unload to field 2, or to greenhouse 2 over here. Let's look at productions. Boom. I'm looking for the bakery barn. Does this need oil at all? Does, and I don't see it. Molasses, I brought over some molasses. We're getting that out of the sugar plant. No, it doesn't. Marshmallow, I have no idea where that's made. Raisins, chocolate. Honey, we could bring over here eventually. Right now, we're not gonna. We're gonna use it for the mixed nuts. Salt needs to be delivered here. We have a salt mine. We could do that. Yeah, I don't see oil yet in our productions. That's the only place it would be. Not in here, yeah. But yeah, if we got that canola and sunflowers going, we could convert it to oil and work towards those 10 million liter objectives. And there are other businesses we're going to place that are going to use those products as well. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Wrong way. Turn around, one more load of compost. Get that unloaded, and then let's look at businesses. Production. We have a couple. We have wax that we're producing that we're not using. And there are a couple businesses that we can make use of that wax and the dye, actually. Let's see if I can find those. One is the crayon plant. There it is, crayon factory. So you can see in the bottom right, looks like wax, coal, planks, dye. I think that's flour, paper, salt, and then that last one I think might be coconut oil. And we're growing coconuts in one of the greenhouses or the apiaries. So we could, not apiaries, the orchards or the greenhouses. One of those has coconuts, and I think we can make coconut oil once we buy the oil press. That would allow us to make those 3 products down below. I think those are all crayons. So that's one way to make use of the wax. That's a business. Doesn't take people. Some of these products actually take people, like this one, this Dixie Pie. There's a person there, so we actually have to hire people. That's a little more complicated, and we need a little more crops to do it. But crayons, we pretty much have all those ingredients. It's only $75,000 to place that business. So that's a key contender. What else do we have? The ice house. That is actually on the map. Let's see if I... Right here, ice house. Fuel we're producing. I think those are sacks right there. And water, right? Water's free. That gets us bags of ice. That's kind of a no-brainer. $75,000. That's another thing we could look at buying. Oil press. We'll likely buy that. This oil press gets us, yeah, coconuts to coconut oil, canola oil, olive oil. I mean, sunflower oil, canola oil, olive oil. Not sure what that one is. Peanut oil must be, maybe, because there's peanuts here. That's something we're going to buy soon. So there's a bunch, but maybe the ice and the crayons seem to stand out to me as ones where we can kind of keep the production moving. This one, we need to produce fish food for the hatchery. Fish processing takes ice. So, yeah, I think those 2 I mentioned. Dole's not bad. This takes a lot of our produce that we're making in the orchards and in the greenhouses. Look at all these inputs it takes. Tons of stuff. We're not growing carrots yet. We don't have vinegar. We don't know how to make that yet. But yeah, we have a lot to do, a lot coming. But yeah, let's wrap it here for now. Next episode, we'll probably grab more cows. And then we'll do sheep the episode after that. Pay off some more debt. We might end up selling some stuff out of the greenhouses even before we get to 200,000 liters of product. Just because I think I want to buy some stuff. Also, would like to buy, show you. Would like to buy one of these machines. Thinking of this one, Silo King. I guess this would be fine. So we can start making TMR and then think about getting that second cow barn to start purchasing and processing dairy cows. I think that's going to get us the milk, the yeast, the butter. All the stuff that the bakery is kind of waiting on. So that's another thing. So much to buy, so much to haul, so much to grow. But we're doing it. We're doing it. We'll have to cut these trees straight ahead. Because I think that's where I want the other cow barn, right straight ahead. And then we'll find a way to plant some more trees here. Not even sure if we own this part of the farm, the land, to plant the trees. Lumberjack mod will let me cut those. But we'll see. We'll raise some cash maybe next episode. But yeah, for now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series on Farming Simulator 22. Angel Mountain, 16 times map, single player, taking on the world ourselves, and making some pretty good progress. See you all in the next episode.